Hello, everybody. I'm Rudrani, and welcome to Spotlight Sessions podcast. Is the podcast we call your favorite celebrities and sit, relax, and have casual conversations about their life, the journey, so much more. We do attempt to have authentic conversations. My guest is perfect for that. She has been the it girl forever in Bollywood, not minding anything. She follows her own rules, continues to do so, and she's extremely talented, of course, talking about Kalki Koechlin. Thank you for joining in.
Thanks, Rajani. Good to
I'm
see you
going to give an
again.
applause.
अरे did you do that? ये teleprompter भी नहीं है ना? No. ऐसे ही बोला.
Of course.
Without a hitchki, nothing.
Of course.
Wow. Amazing.
Of course, I don't need to learn things when I'm describing you because every word is true. But like I said, it's been a while. You are living in this beautiful bungalow of yours in Goa, and I get to have you here for some time, and I'm making the most of it. Can I call that slow living? How's it working?
Slow living, yeah. The other day, I get it often now that people are like, "Aapne acting क्यों छोड़ दिया?"
Oh, they asked that.
I'm like, "Arre yaar." It's a little depressing, that part of the slow life. But no, the good part is obviously that I land in Goa and I'm in a good mood. Like I have greenery around me. You know, my biggest problem is like a baby snake under my car. Like, it's not a bad thing to have. I like snakes. And I've gotten to like snakes because I live in Goa.
You know, Kalki, because you said that, you said as soon as I land in Goa, you feel better. Coming back to Mumbai sometimes also must be good, yeah, with the whole chaos and bumping into us.
I think the energy I get from coming back is great because if I was living full time in Goa, Wi-Fi is down all the time or electricity problems or even just getting something done professionally can sometimes just take longer or people cancel on you at the last minute, all of that. So I think the spontaneity, not the spontaneity, but the kind of promptness and the getting things done. When I come to Bombay, it's very efficient. Like I come, I do 10 things at the same time, squash them all in together. I feel really like full of power and energy. So yeah, of course, that balance is what makes it great. I have a lot of luck to be able to live that life.
So much to talk about, but we like to start the conversation with like a video. We reached out to a close friend of yours, and here's a special video for you, and I'd like to play that.
Oh no!
Let's see what that message is. Okay.
Hey, Gangster, what's going on? You're in town and you haven't called, eh? I know some dark secrets about you, Kalki. So this is a ransom video. So you have to pay me $2 million. Or 50 crores, whichever is higher, so that I don't reveal your secrets. Otherwise, you'll be done. You'll be finished. I'm telling you. मुंह दिखाने के काबिल नहीं रहेगी तू. So please take this very seriously. I'm not joking. I know I have a great sense of humor and all that, but this is very serious. And I'm doing this through Rudrani, so she's going to get a cut also. She'll get 0.5678%. Of the ransom that I'll get, and I want it to be an offshore account details and all that. I'll send you. I'll just text that to you. You will see. I'm not particularly willing to negotiate, but then because you're such a great friend, I might just agree to some negotiations. Otherwise, Kali also will give me some trouble. She said, why didn't you negotiate with Kalki? She's a friend and all that. So, all right. And I have a career because of you, because we were friends. And then, because of which I think you told Anurag, like, please have a look at this guy, give him some role. And then you guys auditioned me for that girl in yellow boots. And then I think Shaitan also. So, yeah, sometimes you get lucky in life. You meet wonderful people whose company and whose relationship you do cherish through your life, but they also kind of positively impact. And I think, I don't know how my career would have gone if I hadn't gotten started with you all, and because you guys took care of me, Anurag took care of me, and I was working with friends, so I was a lot more comfortable. So yeah, I'll never forget that, and that was my privilege that I was friends with you. Thank you very much for your friendship, and if you're still around, I'd love to come and meet you, and Kali and I will come and meet you, and we will negotiate about this ransom thing. Okay, all right, much love.
Wow.
I want to thank Gulshan Devaiah. He was an absolute sweetheart. He immediately sent me this. Also, is testament to the fact that you have such beautiful friendships in the industry. Because it took like that for him to send that. And yeah, would love to know your reactions on the ransom and other things.
So, firstly, to Gulshan, I just want to say that it's really cool, and I feel so flattered that you think I have 50 crores. That's the first rule of ransom. Find out how much money that person has. So thank you so much for thinking I'm so rich. And if I had it, I would give it. But, it looks like you'll just have to out my secrets. Second thing is, I'm very proud of the fact that I nepotized you into the industry with my friendship. And third thing is, the best. Yeah, he's like one of my oldest friends from Bombay. Like, he actually... we met in Bangalore, and so we met through somebody I know, Ajay Krishnan, a theatre person, and I think even before he came to Bombay, I had known him. So we've really been the whole road together, this whole weird and wonderful journey of Bollywood, in very different ways, obviously. But he's also been a little bit of a free therapist before I could afford therapy.
Calming you down,
chatting, talking to me about
he's a wise
relationships, problems. Yeah, he's pretty wise.
Pretty wise.
Getting wiser now. Is also
under that all that humor and all of that, he's pretty good with giving advices. Often he's in our interviews. Often we see him asking.
The problem of Gulshan is he gives too much advice. He's like a control freak. OCD. I don't know if I'll always bring this up that he's done this film Yellow Boots, right?
Of course.
Where he's playing this character so perfectly, except for one little thing. But anyway, he is sitting there and he's waiting for my character to come back. And it was Gulshan. And Gulshan couldn't help but notice that all the things on the table were in disarray. And Gulshan, the person, was very, very devastated. And as the character, he had to somehow just jump out of character for that moment in the scene and put everything in order, put every remote in place while he waited for me. So that little OCD part was quite symbolic of who he is. But he is somebody who's it's also what makes him a good actor.
Yeah.
That he's so specific and he's so, he wants to go right into it. And I think it's also his downfall in life, because he's always telling everyone how to do. If he was on the set right now, he would say, by the way, this is exactly how it was. This is how it should be. Or can you put this camera here? Or, Rudrani asked me this question.
But we love him, and he's funny, and
we
and
love
everything.
him to bits.
To bits. And very interesting an insight that I get from this conversation also is, you joked us saying I nepotized you into this, but always when you're an outsider, every opportunity counts. I understand why it mattered to Gulshan for you taking. I think that's an interesting insight that I also take from it. You've, from what people might not, if you are living under a rock, you might not know. But otherwise, you also come from a world very, very different from Bollywood and the Hindi film industry. And you realize the importance of getting that first break, don't you, Kalki?
Of course. And I think that there's a certain amount that one opportunity can take you, but there is also the work that happens after that, which he's proved himself so well with. But no doubt, I got him his break.
I like how you said that. Okay, we're going to go right to the beginning. You as a child and growing up. And how that impacted you. I love it that you had so many cultures around you. You were growing up with multi-languages, with multiple cultures, and you were living, in this city, which was different, particularly when you were growing up in Pondicherry. It was very interesting for you to see how the world around you perceives as this white person, whereas you were dabbling with how I enjoy this culture and I'm a part of this. So can we talk about that dichotomy actually?
Yeah, I was born in South India in a tiny village just outside of Auroville called Periyamudalya Chavadi. And it's like a little fisherman's village. And, I grew up speaking Tamil because that's the language we were speaking then in that place. So, it was very normal for me to feel Tamilian,
Yeah.
to be honest, you know, as well as, of course, I spoke French at home and I felt French, but I never consciously thought of myself as not Indian. And even now, I am constantly having to like, I kind of say I identify as Indian. I am Indian. I am from here. I've spent my entire life here. I pay taxes here. This is my home. You know, I have to keep reiterating it because of the color of my skin and the fact that there aren't too many people like me. There aren't that many completely white Indians. Yes, there are people who are like half Indian. One parent is Indian, but there's always, you know, this expectation that you have to have ethnical Indian root.
Yeah.
And my argument for that is that there are people, you know, like Mindy Kaling, who's completely Indian ethnically, but is completely American, born there, brought up there, you know, career there, identifies with both cultures. So for me, it's like a little exhausting to have to talk about all that.
Yeah.
But of course, I consider myself very lucky to have that as well. Like, I'm very happy that I grew up with several languages, grew up with all kinds of religion, all kinds of friends from different backgrounds. Yes, I'm like grateful for it.